Yo, what is up, guys? And in today's video, I have found a lot, and I mean a lot, of scrapped and unseen content in Unused and Seek. So, grab some popcorn, and also huge shoutouts to the official channel and VR sneak peeks for all the images, and there might be some footage, probably not. But yeah, they are the main reason I was able to make this video, because that's where I got all the stuff here from. So please go subscribe to those channels, but also subscribe to me, because I am closing in on 20 subscribers. So yeah, subscribe. First up, we've got the two main concepts for hide and seek. One on the left was from Jack, which was hide and seek, and you're an octopus with the locomotion controls, and it was prop hunt too. And then on the right hand side, it was Nathan's idea, which was pillow fights with pillow forts. If you want, you can go read all the stuff on Jack's idea. He gave a very detailed conscription. His English teacher would be proud. And then there's Nathan with tree doodles. Next up, we've got the old design, like the oldest design in the books. These were literally just guys with floating heads, and also they also used to be red if they were a hider, and also they used to have just randomly generated names on their chest. My favorite is Winnie Calculator. He's to the very left. Next up, we've got some stuff implying that there used to be a stuffing limit inside of a world. This was very early on there, and I can see why they didn't do that. Next up, we've got the first implementation of the Play Creative Switch thing. You can see this in like creative mode maps. But yeah, I can see why this wasn't added. Well, it was added, but just changed a lot. Next up, we have the World Hub. And they did a very good job on it, but for their standards. It looks ugly as hell. And now, here's some designs for the old hide and seeks, dude. There is 6 to be exact. A is the one they stuck with. B looks very weird. C just has bad posture. D looks like the villain from The Nightmare Before Christmas. E looks like the regular one but buff. And then F is a giraffe. And also, here's the A one fleshed out. And by fleshed out, I mean it kind of just looks like an N64. And also, they still have the like random names tattooed on. I can't read that one out, but if anyone can, please comment it down. Also, these guys are still in the game. In fact, you can buy them. These are the target dummies that you can find around various maps. Now we have some early versions of the snow biome. The pictures are up on screen now. Take them in. Now we have some early designs for blocks and gadgets. I can't really make out what most of these are because they have no textures, and also some of them literally have the exact same thing. Next up, we have some the stuff for the desert biome, which was unfortunately scrapped. I'm not gonna go over too much now. I'm just showing you this picture. I will show you more stuff later on in the video. However, in this point of the video, I got it from, it's the segment where Devin dies, so can we get an F in the chat for Devin? Now we have the first cosmetic. This was made by Brian, and I honestly think it's very cool. I don't know what this does indicate though. But now we have the first design of the explosives. So on the very left, we have the regular one. Now we have the freeze bomb. Now we have the smoke one. Now we have the impulse bomb. I'm glad that they changed it, because these are very hard to see, especially on the sticky ones. However, the designs on it, especially the smoke bomb, are very cool. So I wish they kept them. Now I have some of the untextured models for the OG untextured models for some of the gadgets. We can see stuff for a bat, and then sticky impulses, and then there's stuff for the placeable bombs. I think, personally, in my opinion, I think the bats do look kind of good. However, the sticky impulse bombs are a bit too round, and also the placeable bombs are just they're alright, I guess. Next up, we have the first ever implementation of the tech web. Instead of it being at like an angle, it was just originally just to be up straight, so you would have to jump to get something at the very top there, like the umbrella. Here's an image of the first implementation of the stuffing dispenser. it doesn't seem that far off of what it was originally meant to be. So, but they just reworked on it, is what my guess is. Here is the first concept of hallways, like when you're moving from map to map. They're originally just meant to be like hallways, like literal hallways. And this doesn't really look very interesting, so I can see why they scrapped it. This is an early implementation of Playground, as you can see. It looks very bad, so I can see why they changed it. Here you can see an early version of the stuffing storage and the pelican. The stuffing storage doesn't look that different, and the pelican seems like it was worked into the pirates pelican from the beach update. Now here's the names of some of the old ones. As you can see, none of them are Yeeps. But let me read out some of my favorite ones. So there is Puffoons, Stufflings, Seeks, Zapes, Flufflings, and Stufflings. However, I am still very happy with what we got in the end, and I do not imagine another world where Yeep Hide and Seek isn't called Yeep Hide and Seek. Alright guys, I'm back for a sec. I'm just letting you know that everything from this point out is going to be for VR sneak peeks. Again, they are going to be in the description of the video, so make sure to go subscribe to them. Alright, and here is the God Grappler. It was basically just a regular grappler, except it used infinite stuffing. A good example of this is basically if you're using a regular grappler in creative mode. Now, these are some unreleased paints. There is the white paintbrush. It was an invalid paint color. There's light green and light orange, which I don't know what happened to. And then the black hole paintbrush was a dismiss of neon. So yeah. However, densive neon black hole can be found in the construction site like sewer things. The black blocks, it's black hole. And now here are some grenades that will cook content. You can see that there is a freeze grenade, a pillar grenade, and a radiation grenade. I think they would have been very good for the game, except for the freeze grenade because we already have a lot. And also, I especially want the pillar grenade because we only have the sticky explosive version. Alright, and here we have the based pet. Basically, how it works is the developers will like take it and then start putting stuff onto it. So they just add stuff onto it, and they get and this is when it gets from the base pet from another pet. Next up, we have some unreleased blocks. There is the unicorn. There is the 2x1 Buckcoin stash, and then finally there is the 2x1 team barrier. And now this is the original version of the Gods of Gravity helmet. Basically it's the exact same except it has those two little like facial marks. And now here is a comedy mask. I don't know why this was cut from the game. It looks very good. I just think the only thing I can think of is the fact that it's too realistic. Now here is a guy from the game Swipe and Shoot, a game made by the same developers of Yeep Hide and Seek Trash Games. Sticking to the topic of unreleased zippers, here is a unreleased zipper for achievements in the monster mode. It's pretty clear knowing why this was removed, seeing as both monster modes maps were only in the game for around 2 months, and that's them combined. Now we have some more wooden bombs. So as we all know, in the most recent update as of recording this, they added explosive wooden bombs, which are bombs that regenerate. However, there were plans to have every single explosive type, except for the pumpkin grenade, that have their own wood bomb, which I think is very cool. Again, especially for the pillow bomb, because there's not really a lot of versions of that. Now, as you can see, these are some of the base items for several items in Yeep Hide and Seek. There's the mob spawn egg, the sound effects tape, and also the disc base. The disc base actually works, but however, I don't have a video right now of it. Nextly, we've got the first backclean for the Witch Doctor bundle, which was a voodoo doll. The reason why it was removed is because voodoo is a real religion and they were trying to avoid controversy. However, due to exploiting glitches, it was re-added for a temporary amount of time by some people. If you might have seen this earlier in the video, however, Seekers used to be turned red instead of just having a red outline. And also, the OG save stuff like that was somehow re-added back into the game. I don't know how. However, the text you can see to the left says, blah blah blah, some status here. This can be multiple lines. And this is an image of a 4x4 pillow. I don't know why it's not in the game. However, as of right now, there's no way you could get it back into the game. Do you remember earlier when I said I'd go over the desert biome? Well, that time is now. Firstly, here are some of the blocks that were originally going to be the terrain blocks for the desert biome. And then also, here are some cactuses that were originally meant to be there. And also some rocks, just like how the suburb biome got the trees and the beach biome got coal. The desert biome was meant to have rocks. But somehow, even though that they were deleted, some guy managed to get them into the game. The guy was called the Duddy's Cat. He was in a community world that he made, but it was solved by the devs who deleted it, sadly. And for the last thing in this video, here are some of the objects that are meant to be shown in the background of it. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, because we are closing in on 20 subscribers. And again, huge shout out to Yeep's Hide and Seek official channel and VR sneak peeks for all the photos that were shown. Again, a link to their channel will be in the description. Bye.